Hello everyone, this is Maruf. In this video I'm going to talk about transaction notifications in SAP Business One. So a transaction notification is basically a notification that you get when making a transaction. In simpler terms, it's a validation that occurs when you're making a transaction. So for example, if we go to sales order and we decide to make a sales order which will contain some information in the remarks field, what we have to do is write a transaction notification for this case, because in SAP Business One, remarks is not a mandatory field. So you can actually make a transaction without having to write any information in this. So what we are going to do is set this remarks field, set a validation to this remarks field, and also set a customized message so that it's easily understandable. So a store procedure, transaction notification is actually a store procedure provided by SAP Business One for developers to modify. So if we head over to the SQL server and connect to the database that is connected to SAP Business One and open expand programmability and then expand store procedure, you're going to find a buckload of store procedures provided by SAP Business One. The one that we are looking for is called transaction notification. So what we can do is we can right click on this and then click on filter settings. So this is the one we are looking for. Right click on that and click on modify. So SAP provided a bunch of properties for you to easily write your code, and they have an option to write your code down here, which is add your code. They've already commented in the middle. I have previously written my code so that it saves some time. I'm going to just copy paste that and modify it just a bit. So basically what we want is the remarks field, and it's called comments in the ORDR table. If you do not know how I have found that, let me show you. We go to SAP Business One and check system information, go down below and hover the mouse over to this field, and at the bottom left corner you can see ORDR comments. I have mentioned this quite a few times in some of my previous videos. This is how you can actually find the backend information of tables and fields. There are lots of other ways. There are SAP blogs where you can find a list of the object types of SAP Business One objects, their transaction types, and so on. So lots of information to cover, which I won't be able to in this particular field. So let's just head over to the transaction notification once again. So previously I've mentioned the property that SAP provides some of the properties. Now if you want to get deep into the understanding of these properties, I'm going to suggest you to head over to SAP Business One's blog. I'm just going to give you a brief overview. So object type is basically the object of SAP Business One. So let's say ORDR or sales order is an object, and its object type is 17. Similarly, purchase orders object type is, I believe, OPOR. So there are hundreds and possibly thousands of objects like that in SAP Business One. So that's what object type is. And transaction type for this here is add, update, delete, cancel, and close. So these are the bracketed values are what we would need. The number of columns in key is the number of columns for a particular object. So basically if it's sales order, or let's say if it's business partner, which is OCRD object type, which is 2, the object type of OCRD is 2. So these are the this property indicates the number of columns in that object type. So basically card code, card name, etc. And list of key calls tab del, this particular property is the column. So basically card code is a column, card name is a column. This is the property that determines that, and the value of those columns is determined by this property, which is list of calls val tab del. And error is the error code, which is of integer type, you can see here, and error message is the string type, which is the message that you're going to set for your transaction notification. So basically, for adding and updating and for the sales order object type, we are going to set a validation on the comments uh, field type. So once that's there, if you're familiar with SQL queries, this is a pretty basic query where you write an if else statement. This is like an if else statement just in SQL syntax. So let's write a custom method for this. This is a remarks field, so let's type this. Please leave a comment for the remarks. Let's highlight that field. Uh, Everything seems well and good. Let's hit execute. Commands completed successfully. Now once we head over to this, um, let's pick a customer and an item, delivery date, yes, and let's leave the remarks field empty for now, and let's click on add. So there we go. Please leave a comment for the remarks field. We have our custom message and we have our validation. Let's give it some information. Let's say this is a comment. This is a test for transaction notification. Get the spelling right. Okay, so let's click on add right now. And there we go. We have a transaction. Let's pick the last record. And so this is our last transaction that we made with the validation. So that's pretty much it about transaction notification. I hope it helps. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. And if there's anything else you want to see next, please comment down below and I'll see you next time. Thank you.